This is the English Literature Web YouTube channel. I am Professor L.B. Gayakawad today has come before you by taking the topic, the poem The Dream by John Donne. The Dream is the poem which is written by the famous poet John Donne, who is the metaphysical poet. The metaphysical poet means the poet who looks the surrounding situation and writes the poem on the surrounding situation. That poet is called the metaphysical poet. The dream is the admirable lyric that has the miraculous qualities of John Donne's poetry. Remember, this poem, The Dream, is very much miraculous lyric, popular lyric, a famous lyric, and it has the particular qualities of John Donne's metaphysical poetries. Hence, this poem is a best poem that is admired, praised by a number of reputed critics. Means this poem has been praised, has been admired, has been called as a great poem by many critics of the world. This poem is a very much intelligent poem as an abstract. Now see, this poem is called the intelligent poem. It means that the poet himself is very intelligent because the poet has written this poem on the philosophy of life, on the philosophy of love. And that's why here the poem is very much intelligent, very much bright, very much sharp poem, and that is called the abstract. Now, abstract means, I will say, only available in an imagination. Means abstract means the particular thing which is only the imagination. It is not available in the reality. That is called the abstract. Means this poem is in reality in written form, but actually the philosophy, the theme described in the poem is not available in the real life. The beloved of the poet, the theme of the poet, the philosophy of the poet is not available in the real life because the poem is abstract and the poet has described the beloved who is not available anywhere, and this beloved is the greatest beloved of the poet, and that's why this poem is the beautiful abstract written by the metaphysical poet John Donne. The poet makes in the poem the argument from the first line to the last line of the poem. Remember here, this is the particular poem in which the poet is making the argument. Argument means what? The poet is making here the argument means the poet is making here his own criticism of life. It means that the life is very much miraculous according to the poet. And the poet has experienced this life with his own mind, with his own eyes, with his own heart, and with his capacity. And this life has given very much things, a lot of things to the poet. The poet has seen this life, this love, very much different from other poets, other people. And that's why in this poem, the poet is making the argument from the very best first line to the end of the poem. It means that the poet has proved his own philosophy in this poem, that the life is very, very miraculous life. And if in the life there is a beloved with the man, if there is the loving person called the beloved is available in the life of the lover, then the life of that lover is very much heavenly life, and there is no happiness like the beloved in the world, according to the poet. And that's why here this poem has become very much miraculous. The poet has used here the similes in this poem, and these similes are very much inseparable. Similes, it means that we cannot separate these similes from the poem. And if we separate these similes from the poem, then the importance of the poem will be lost, or will go to be lost. And that's why here we can say that the poet has used the theme of the philosophical thought, and this philosophical thought has made this poem very much different type of poem from the poems of other poets, because in this poem the poet has used the images, the conceits, the images he has used, and these conceits are very much shining, bright, intelligent, and images called conceits are there in the name of, or in the names of, lighting, taper, torches, angels, and simple and compound substances which have developed the poem very strongly. Remember, the soul of this poem is the conceit, or I will say the images. And these images or the conceits have developed this poem very much nicely. And that's why this poem has become the best metaphysical poet. There is the pictorial element in the poem, but this pictorial element is at minimum quality, means that is not available in more quantity. Means the poet has not used the pictorial quality in maximum style. It means that the poet has not given importance to the particular pictures, or I will say the pictorial quality there. The poet doesn't describe here the pictorial element, that is the sight. It means that I will say the poet has not used the sight, the poet has not used there the pictures, or the poet has not used there the pictorial elements more in this poem. And that's why this poem is called the poem of no more pictorial quality. It means that the poet has not used the site there, the place there, places there, and that's why there is no more natural background in this poem, that is, we can say. The site here in this poem is known as thoughts and feelings of the poet. Remember, when we think of the poet William Wordsworth, then we see that this poet uses the images more, the pictorial quality more, and he uses the natural beauty more in his poem or in his poems. And through that pictorial quality or through that natural quality, William Wordsworth uses his own philosophy. Here this John Donne has not used the particular pictorial quality or the images more. He has used the images here in the sense of the thoughts and feelings. It is very clear that his thoughts and his feelings have been the images or have been the sight. The language, that is diction, is used here precise, almost scientific. The poet has used here the language or the diction, or I will say the words and phrases very precise. Precise means very shortcut, or I will say almost very much scientific, means the poet has used here the scientific language. or the particular words and phrases or the particular diction or the particular language he has used is very much precise, or he has given that language or grammar or sentences in a shortcut way. The words are totally uncharged, that is, the words are loose with groups and not strictly relevant. Means the words are not strictly relevant. It means that this is the best quality of the metaphysical poets who use the conceits in their poems. Here this John Donne has also used the conceits in his poems. And these conceits are strictly, no doubt, relevant, but they are loose words. They are, I will say, uncharged words. It means these words the poet has used are very much irrelevant to the particular reality of life. The poet presents their drama, imagination, feelings, sensation, experience of intellect and logic. Remember here, the poem is metaphysical, the poet is very much romantic, there is the beloved of the poet with him, and that's why this poem has become very much dramatic, and that's why we can say that there the poet has used the drama. And just we saw that this poem has been the imaginative poem, and that's why in this poem there is the imagination. The poet has seen his own life. The poet has experienced his love very honestly, very nicely, and that's why his feelings he has described here in this poem are very sensitive, are very emotional, and that's why there is the sensation in this poem. And the experience of the poet is there, that is called the intellectual experience, and the poet has used there his own logic or the sense of humor or the understanding of his own soul and mind and heart. This sensational or experimental element is told not by words but by speech, rhythm, inflection, and cadence. Remember here, this is the sensational poem, this is the experimental poem, because the poet has made the experiments in his life, he has seen his life through experiments, and that's why he has used the experiments or his experiences in this poem, and that's why he has used here the elements of the experiments which are not told by his words. Means the poet has used his own words, but those words have become very much short or incapable to explain the feelings of the poet. And the speech the poet has used with the help of the rhythm, means the poet has used their rhythm, means this poem is rhythmical. The poet has used their inflection. Inflection means what? Change in word form. Means the poet has used their the words. He has used the words from words to the words. And that's why there is the particular inflection in this poem through the words or phrases. Then there is the cadence. Now cadence means what? I will say rise and fall of sound. Means the poet has made this poem very much rhythmical, and that's why there is the rise and fall, or there is the particular pitch, or there is the particular cadence in this poem. Means the poet has used there the rise and fall of the sounds, and that's why this poem has become very much rhythmical also. And thus the poem happens to be the best poem of John Donne. Remember, this poem, The Dream by John Donne, is the best poem. Why? Because we have seen all the qualities or all the features of this poem in the first part. Here today we are finishing the first part of the poem, The Dream by John Donne. In the next lecture, we will come in front of each other with a new topic. Thank you. Thank you very much.